Hi, I'm your host, Ashleigh Clyde, and today I have a very special guest with me, Walt Dohrn. Walt Dohrn is the director of the latest Trolls installment, Trolls Band Together, which releases in theaters November 17th, 2023. Walt Dohrn is an American writer, director, animator, musician, and actor. He performed the voice of Rumpelstiltskin in Shrek Forever After, as well as various characters in Shrek the Third. Dohrn has also worked as a writer, director, and storyboard director in season 2 of SpongeBob SquarePants and 2 episodes from season 3. Let's talk with him about Trolls Band Together. Hi, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good. Yeah.
I'm so excited about this film. You have no idea. The Trolls movies are filled with like a lot of catchy songs, including a new song with Justin Timberlake and his boy band NSYNC,
Yeah.
which came together to record this new song just for this film. How did
I
you make this happen?
Can you believe it? It's it's so crazy and so cool. It's definitely a gift to the movie and to the world to have the guys back. But it came about really naturally. We've been working with Justin now 9 years, maybe a little bit more, on these films. So he's a big collaborator on what the movies are about and what the music sounds like and his character. So we started talking about Branch's character, and in his past, he had these brothers, and they were in a band together, and it was a boy band. And that conversation, I think, eventually led him to the point of reflecting on his own life and his own experience with NSYNC. And he said, "Hey guys, what if we brought NSYNC back together?" He had the perfect song for them to work on together, and it was the most important song in the film as far as the story goes and what happens during it. So we just felt so lucky that he had this idea. It had to come from him, really.
Wow, that's amazing. And for the fans of the Trolls universe, like myself, we get a lot of surprises about Branch and Poppy's family.
Yeah.
What was the process of adding more depth to and more familiar elements to this new film?
Yeah, it was really exciting. Like if you get to make other chapters in your film series, which we were lucky enough to make another one because everyone loved Trolls World Tour so much and everybody saw that one. So they said, what would happen next? And we were having these ideas that we wanted to go more personal with this film. We wanted to get inside the psychology and the inside the heads of Poppy and Branch and specifically Branch and go, how did he become who he was? We had a lot of conversations that ideas from our past and experiences from our past dictate and define who we are today. Like, why
Right.
is Branch the way he is? And that's what got us thinking about his relationship with his siblings. And the fact that Poppy, she thought if she had a sister, it would be perfect. And we wanted her to have that experience. Like, being in a family, it's not perfect all the time. It's hard work. And sometimes you got to see through differences. So that's really what was driving this whole movie, our own relationships with our own families.
Right. And speaking of Poppy's new sister, as we see in the trailer, I would love to see, and I want to get your thoughts on this. I would love to see a biopic or documentary of King Poppy because it just seems like he has so many secrets bottled up that's been revealed in World Tour and now. So,
Yeah.
would you be interested in giving us a glimpse into King Poppy's life?
Oh yeah, King Pepe, Poppy's
King
dad.
Peppy,
So,
yes.
yeah, he's had quite a life. He was the leader. He has had to make a lot of difficult decisions. And we find out in this one during the Great Escape in Trolls One, where he had baby Poppy in his hair, he kept her there safely, is that he had lost a daughter, and that was really heartbreaking. Something we didn't know because he's very guarded about that. I think there is, as powerful as the power of optimism is for a troll, and that's definitely a value they have, that they're sometimes afraid to bring up the hard stuff, to bring up the stuff that's hurtful. I think that's why Viva, Poppy's sister, never really brought up this thing that happened with her and the Bergens. She's like, I don't want to talk about that. She didn't want to talk about losing her sister. So this movie says, hey, it's okay to talk about the hard stuff. I think if we talk about it, it's how we grow from it.
And the Trolls movies, like you said, you're already going in more into depth with all this. They're known for their positivity
Yeah.
and messages of joy, but also, how do you balance delivering meaningful messages within these movies. I believe in World Tour, for me, it was the message of diversity and accepting who you are. And in this particular movie, there's so many other messages, but I definitely want to know, how do you balance like just a joyful scene, but also something so meaningful, especially for our younger audiences?
Yeah, that's a good question, and it's a challenge. This dance between, above all else, we want people to have this joyful experience, to laugh and to dance and to sing along with the film and enjoy the colors and the world and the good feeling. That's number one, like you said. But I'll tell you, joy doesn't exist without the other, the opposite. So I think for the jokes to land harder, for you to feel for the characters, you got to dig underneath and you got to explore these things that are harder. Like, what happens if we have this feeling like we've been abandoned? What do we do with that? And also, another important one is this pursuit of perfection. Like, I have to get it right. Everything has to be perfect. Well, this film says we don't need to worry about that. As long as we're together, that's where the real power and that's where the real joy and discovery come from.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. So, Branch and Poppy's adventure in this film is so adventurous. Can you share any behind the scenes moments or challenges in bringing their journey to life on the big screen?
Wow, that's another great question, and it's been a real joy to be able to take our time with that relationship.
Yeah.
I think that's the joy of having a third movie. Is very slowly we watch them connect. In the first one they were exact opposites, but there was
Yes.
some chemistry. There was definitely some chemistry there. And we also had a chance to make a couple holiday specials, and you see them
Mhm.
growing closer. But this is the first one where they are officially a couple. They have their own couple name, hashtag Broppy. Check it out.
Yeah.
They have their own couple name, but we saw how a big portion of the audience, like yourself, was enjoying that romance, enjoying them seeing come together. And there was even at one point uh, a list of signatures to get Poppy and Branch to kiss. They wanted to
Yeah.
see that, and it was very hard to do because the characters have such big heads. How do we do it? They could barely hug each other because their arms are so small, their heads are so big. But we listen to the fans, and we too have enjoyed watching their relationship grow. How does Branch handle that? That's such a new thing
Right,
for him. So hopefully we get to just see that romance evolve at its own pace.
right. And my last question for you is, what do you hope audiences will take away from watching this film?
Ooh, so much, but mostly I say joy, to feel joyful. I've said it many times, but this idea that you come out of the theater feeling better than you did walking in, which I know is a lot, but there's so much fun to be had, so many laughs and so much great music and a little bit of tears to cry too. So I think this joyfulness and also letting go of a need to be perfect and just connecting with the people you love. That's where the real power is.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. This has been
Thank
an
you.
amazing interview. And I love the film. Thank you so much for creating another one.
Oh, thanks so much. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you so much, Walt Dohrn, for chatting with me today about Trolls Band Together, which releases in theaters November 17th, 2023. I'm your host, Ashleigh C, reporting for Kids First. Remember to like and subscribe and stay on our channel to see more reviews and interviews from me and my awesome teammates. Thanks for watching. Bye.